Welcome, everyone, to the Sickos Committee podcast. This is our podcast for the evening of Gotta Move My Window. November 7th, 2023. This is our preview of Week 11. We're almost at the end, guys.
Woo.
That feels weird.
It does feel weird.
I can tell it's the end because college basketball starts.
Is it week? Is it really week 11?
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, man, linear time has hands.
No, it really fucks you up. I swear that we just started this thing a month ago. But we are here. We are at week 11, and we are going to talk about our games. As always, I'm Jordan. I'm here tonight with Commish. Do we call you Andrew or Grish? I can't remember what we called you before.
Either is fine.
I guess it has to be.
Yeah. We'll go with...
I think I was just Andrew before.
I'll go with Andrew.
But we also have Corn or Nebraska Andrew, so...
Let me try that again. With me first off, as always, I'm Jordan. With me tonight, I've got Commish, Pitt Girl, college basketball Andrew, who runs our Sickos CBB account, Arthur on some ones and twos, and we may have some special guests later on. Commish, how are you, sir?
I've been better.
I didn't want to ask that question. Sorry.
I'm about $10,000 lighter.
Yeehaw!
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you listened to the previous podcast. I was having some trouble with my air conditioning, and I'm definitely glad it's over now. Oh my God, we have a guest here.
We have Rodger Sherman. Rodger, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. Can you, is this going to help you watch the back game or what?
Yeah, sure. This is great. Oh, this is
Yeah.
This is
Perfect.
perfect.
This is my
angle.
third
Yeah.
screen.
I'm trying to position my head on you. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
And are you recording right now?
We
We
are.
are. You dropped into it.
We're not going to capture your video, but we're just going to get the audio so we can see the video, which is nice.
Like yeah, you guys can watch. Okay, so I'll actually turn around and face this way then. If you're not let's take a screenshot of that though. I just want to confirm.
Take a screenshot. Go right ahead.
Here, I got you. Yeah. There we go.
Western Michigan just got a fumble. You're probably getting this ahead of the TV feed. Are any of you guys watching the game or what?
Yeah.
I have it on another screen here.
Yeah.
All right. I also want to know if when they kick towards the end that I'm standing at, whether you're able to see me on TV,
Okay.
and whether you can see me recording a podcast with you guys. I hope the audio is okay. Because, there's obviously a lot of noise at the sporting events.
You know what? That audio is as good as anything else we have. We're not gonna
Microphones.
I know we have.
I see multiple microphones.
Some of it, yeah. I mean, some of that's just because I like to look fancy, though.
Yeah, that's actually just just a piece of metal. With
Right?
metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a prop.
Can you hear the pitbull in the background?
Oh yeah, I can hear everyone hooting and hollering.
We're not stopping the party, folks. Sorry, I just haven't let you ask any questions.
No, I just say thank you for coming and talking to us.
Well, no problem. Most football games have very bad cell reception, but we are A1 right now at the back game on a Tuesday night. The crowd was pretty popping earlier because Central Western is a pretty decent rivalry, but most of the students filtered out at halftime. And they're missing an awesome game. It's 20-4, but the quality of the game doesn't affect the cell reception. So
There you go. So, what number game is this for you, Rodger?
this is number 33, and it's my third back game. The home team has won the last 6 games. And
There we go. Oh yeah,
That's
you're
all
way
right.
ahead of me. Oh my God.
did you hear that too?
That's a Western Michigan touchdown.
I guess real time would be live. Would be more. Yes. Okay, so
Yeah, I can hear you.
so this MAC game you're actually watching from the ground, which is different because you were in the Goodyear Blimp a week ago, I believe.
I was in the Goodyear Blimp last Wednesday at Akron. It's a lot warmer in the Blimp.
Really?
The Pirates have to be able to fly it. It can't just be cold up there.
I guess so. Yeah.
But MAC games on the ground are pretty pretty miserable, man. The blimp was like one of the greatest experiences of my life, and I don't know why they selected me out of everyone in the world, because they said they don't take fans on the blimp during games ever. They do passenger flights sometimes, like for
Yeah.
like Goodyear affiliate business people, and like for like they said for charity, like you can like buy a ride in the Goodyear blimp for charity. But they said they never had someone up there while they were working the game. And it was just me and the pilots and the camera guy just chilling up there, 1,000 feet above Akron Stadium for 5 hours,
That was
while 2 1-7 teams played an incredible football game.
it was amazing. And our last podcast episode, you inspired us to have a conversation about the most scenic places we've pooped, or at least I started down that conversation because that bathroom shot was amazing.
Yeah, they call it the Lou with the View, because most of the time when you're on a plane,
You don't have a
you
view.
can.
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't allow you to view the glorious countryside from out the plane bathroom, but on the blimp, yeah, you can look out the window while you're using the bathroom. It's not a very deluxe bathroom. For example, the toilet does not have a seat.
Need that?
And I said this in the video I made about it, but you're strongly advised not to poop up there.
I can imagine.
So, if the question you're asking is most scenic places you've ever pooped, or was it just most scenic places you've ever used the bathroom?
Oh, see, I was talking about poop last time, so yeah. But
So if it's poop, I didn't poop up there.
Okay.
I was told not to because the pilots have to clean it out apparently.
Jesus Christ.
It doesn't like flush like the Dave Matthews Band. Like they have to clean it out, and apparently it's part of the pilot's responsibility. And I also think, and they didn't specifically say this, but I also think the issue is that like it's a confined space up there.
Oh, yeah.
I would think so, yeah.
Small area,
yeah.
so the poop isn't going anywhere. It's just staying in the gondola. I think you would hear about it if the Goodyear blimp was just dropping. I used to think that's what happened. I used to think that's what happened when you pooped on planes too. I used to think it just shot out, and then I was like when I was a kid, because the way it whooshes, you know. But anyway, that's not what happens with the Goodyear blimp.
so
They would stop having them fly over games.
so where else are you going this week?
This week is actually, I think, this is a great sickos week. I'm part of it is just like a mental health week, and that I'm going home to New York City.
Nice.
But I'm also seeing 7 games in 6 days. I'm seeing a Division III game on Friday night.
Nice.
So I'm doing MAC tomorrow. I'm going to Miami, Ohio.
Okay.
On Thursday, I'm going to Louisville, very close by. I wanted to do Louisiana Lafayette, but it's much farther than Louisville.
Yeah.
You're coming from that country. I'm going to see a Division III game in New Jersey on Friday night. I don't know if you saw this, but Reddit CFB pointed out that the game I'm going to has the possibility for the whatever division it is to end in a 5-way tie.
Yes, I saw
So,
that.
We're ready for that. And one of the tiebreakers is first half scoring differential.
Oh, yes.
That's
I don't know
okay.
why you wouldn't do second half score. I don't know why the first half is better than the other halves. Then Saturday, I'm going to a Columbia game, and I'm going to Syracuse Pitt at Yankee Stadium. I'm taking the subway
Oh.
in between the games.
Uh-oh.
And then on Sunday, I'm going to the Sprint Football League Championship, Army versus Navy in Sprint Football.
Oh, hell yeah.
For
Amazing.
The
Very
Collegiate
nice.
Sprint Football League National Championship. Apparently, you don't play it in the regular Army stadium.
No, they play at the little small stadium. Yeah.
But I have never been to a Sprint football game. I don't know if like there will be people there dressed up in like their like dress whites to beat Navy. I don't know what the environment is going to be like at all. And so, really, for me, this is a week of a lot of my trip is just like, what the hell does this look like?
Yeah.
And finding out. So, I mean, I'm going to a sprint football game, I'm going to a D3 game, I'm going to an Ivy League game. Those are 3 different worlds that I've never been a part of. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Oh, and you get to watch Columbia Brown too. That should be a
Ooh.
real. Commish is a big Brown fan at this point.
I've watched
You watched more
Really?
Brown football this season than
I've
I think anyone
I've watched
has.
3 Brown football games this year. I don't know
What the fuck is wrong
why.
with you?
There's this guy behind you, Rodger, and he's in like a white overcoat, and he's extremely animated right behind you, and he's been very entertaining
Great.
this
Yeah.
entire time. He's awesome. He's just
Yeah,
extremely
he's killing
into
it.
He's totally into it.
I'm sorry, the listeners aren't going to be able
I
to see.
know. I wish.
You know what
I wish.
the highlight of the game, besides how drunk a lot of the Western students were,
Yeah.
was this dude caught an extra point behind me, like pretty
Yeah.
much where you're looking at.
Yeah.
And then, like he was on a mission from God, just turned around and hucked it out of the stadium, and then was forced to leave.
King.
Love it.
King.
We
Love
stand. We must stand.
All right, Rodger. You said you've been to like 33.
Central Michigan's quarterback believes he can make it out of any scramble situation,
Yes.
and he has not done so yet tonight.
Oh yeah, I'm watching him
really-
fail right now.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
God. Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh,
oh
no.
no.
here it
Oh
is on
no.
the screens.
Oh God.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Well,
No, don't do that. Oh God. Just get rid of it. Get rid of it. Not in the end zone.
I came from the future to tell you about this,
Oh my God.
Right.
and now I will tell you about this pun. Well, you also had a question.
All right, no,
I
so
forgot
so
about this
you've
pun.
been to like what 33 stadiums so far. Can you tell me the one that surprised you the most? Like just basically blew your expectations away. Like I know you've been to like Utah and like many other stadiums. Is there one that's maybe off the radar that just like caught you off guard on how awesome it was?
I would say the Utah ones both are in that category. App State is the one that jumps to mind.
Yeah.
Like I think college football people like kind of know App State is up there, but like just the scenery and the combo of the scenery and the rowdiness was really high up there.
Nice.
I mean, I just think mountain people are good college football fans. Utah, App State. I'm not sure if Utah people are mountain people.
And there's mountains.
No, mountain-ish.
Wyoming,
We'll count it.
Wyoming,
Oh yeah.
West Virginia. All of these are like on the short list of my favorite places that I've been so far. And I think I just need there to be mountains near a stadium, and I like it.
I agree.
Also, the fans were great at all those places. So like it's not just my aesthetics.
All right. What is the? Have you been a part of any field stormings? And then, if so, how many?
I've done 3.
Okay.
Nice.
And 2 of them were last week.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's all right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was at Duke Clemson in September,
Okay.
week 1,
That was
on
awesome.
that Monday night game. There were a lot of Clemson fans at that game. The Duke fans didn't cover the entire field. But last week, Friday night, I was at Wyoming, Colorado State, the border war. I didn't know how intense that game was.
Oh, God.
I didn't know how big
That's
of a rivalry
crazy
it
story.
was.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy history.
And the Wyoming people were like, we care more about it than them, and that doesn't bother us at all. We love getting amped for this game. And they stormed the field. And then the next day, I drove overnight, and I saw Oklahoma State do it. It was a great Cowboy weekend. I went double Pistol Pete, baby. And I stormed the field twice with my 2 Pistol Petes. The Bedlam field storm is something I'll never forget.
I've never seen a goalpost snapped off like that before.
Yeah, it was impressive. I didn't realize it. I didn't actually see it up close until after the game. It was like when you snap like a chicken bone.
Right. Yes.
Like, yeah, it was. I've really never seen. Yeah, very violent. However they did it, which is weird because generally the atmosphere was very like happy and peaceful, and then apparently they cracked metal.
That's what you want. That's what you want in a rivalry. You want someone to like destroy something really good like that.
Big time.
And yeah, I watched them carry it around a little bit on campus there, and you know, it's funny because like the just like you're walking around, and then all of a sudden 20 dudes, most of whom are shirtless, are just like walking past you with a giant yellow piece of metal out of nowhere. That was a very strange experience.
It's like, what? Oh God, that's the goalpost.
Love it. What is your?
They don't like chips here. Did you guys know that?
What is your plan for bowl season? Are you going to do this? Keep going?
Yeah, I'm going to do bowl season for sure. A lot of times people ask me, "What's your plan?" And like, I'm not good at planning in general. But my plan is to continue going to bowl games.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to see a lot of like lower division playoff games, if possible. FCS, D3. I'm planning on going to some of those national championship games, like the JUCO and the NAIA national championship. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it rolling, and then on January 10th, I have to return my rental car, and then I don't know what's happening after that.
That's fine. That's for future. That's for future Rodger. That's a problem for him.
I have a Patreon. I think I'm going to turn it off. I don't know what my professional career is like after that. I would like to go to my house and sleep.
Yeah.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah.
That's part of the goal for this weekend too. Between the 7 games I'm going to.
Definitely.
If our listeners want to find your Patreon, where do they find it?
My name is Rodger Sherman, Rodger. I'm at Rodger on Twitter. And pretty much you can find links to all the stuff there. I'm on Twitter and YouTube as Road Raj. Sorry, I'm on TikTok and YouTube as Road Raj. Any account you feel like following me on that helps me out and makes me look better and is good for me. So I appreciate any buttons you can press.
Sounds good. Well, man, thank you so much for chatting with us tonight and hanging out for a bit and showing us some action.
And I hope you enjoyed the
electric factory behind you.
The advanced cut of the
yeah.
Yes, and the advanced notice of what's going to happen to this Western Michigan game.
We appreciate that.
3 minutes left. Yeah, we're in for good. I actually lost track of who has the ball. I think Western Michigan has the ball.
Awesome. Well,
but I think we're going to push that win streak to 7 games.
There you go.
Let's see.
Well, thank you so much, man. Have a good evening and enjoy.
Thanks. I'm honored. Do I get to call myself a sicko?
Oh yeah,
you're in. You're in. You follow us. You're in. It's not really like hard to get in, but one of our celebrity guests that have ever been on the podcast. So you're in elite company.
There we go. Yeah, a celebrity guest. That's what you are, Rodger.
Celebrity sicko.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. That's my new title.
That's right.
I'm putting that on my resume.
Put it on the resume. Put it on your LinkedIn. Whatever you got to put it there.
Awesome. Thank you, man. Have a good night.
Have a good one, Rodger.
That was live from Maction with Rodger Sherman.
A live Maction
who's been
report.
on the road all season. Good God. Makes me tired just
the Kalamazoo cell towers, man. Wow.
Hey, oh yeah. Shout out to Kalamazoo. Y'all's
that was crystal clear.
Beautiful.
That's better than like some FaceTime calls I've done.
I mean, that's better than Beth's internet the last time I was on the show.
Yeah, her internet was real janky last time she was on the show. Okay, folks. Well, we got a couple other things we want to talk about tonight.
I'm not sure that you finished introducing.
We did not finish the
didn't.
intros. Yes,
No.
Commish got you.
Yeah, I'm good.
Pitt Girl, how are you?
I'm good. I was away during the last show, but I was at a concert and it was a really good show. So I regret missing Sunday's episode, but I was having fun. So that was good.
I listened to some of their music and I liked them.
Oh,
They're
I'm so glad to hear
the
that.
1978, what did you call
The
them?
1975.
Whatever
The
they call it.
The 1970. Man,
I don't know. I'm more about the
helmet.
1976. I'll tell you that.
I'll tell you that.
I guarantee you one of the t-shirt vendors out in the strip said that at some point this weekend.
Yeah, that sounds like a good novelty.
I mean, he
Andrew,
really,
how are you, sir?
Very good.
Good.
Back from hibernation.
Yes.
The season has begun. We'll get to it in a little while, but we're here. We're watching a lot of college basketball. Yesterday, dizzy. I was at a live game, but we'll talk about that.
That's awesome. Well, let's start with some college basketball talks. I believe we have to bring back our old segment, basketball.
Where
I'll send you the music. It's just round ball rock, but it's the Saturday Night Live version.
Yes, it's excellent.
So yes, college basketball started. I got to learn about a bunch of schools that I'd never heard of before.
What was your favorite?
Oh, I don't know.
Personal favorite.
Well, so it would have been Oklahoma Panhandle State, except I learned about them because their team are the Aggies, and I've been keeping track of Aggies.
yeah.
So it would have been them. I really like Oklahoma Panhandle State as a concept. Folks from the Florida Panhandle were saying yes in Panhandle solidarity with them. But there were a bunch of ones. I'd forgotten that. Is it Lemoyne? How do I want to say it?
This is their first year in D1.
Right.
It is Lemoyne. I know a Lemoyne alumna.
Okay, so what were the big stories on day one of college basketball? Because this is the earliest I've ever even considered this sport existed. I don't deal with this first weekend.
I don't have the exact number of games that were happening yesterday, but it was 140. Yeah. And a lot of them were D1 versus D2 or, your local NAIA sort of thing. Like South Alabama played Mobile University. Had to bring that up for sure.
Mobile.
And they actually lost. So, RIP. Shout out
Mobile.
Birthplace of Mardi Gras. But yeah, the biggest story was JMU beat Michigan State, who was a top 5 preseason team because of some of the guys that they brought in and some of the returners. That was the first top 5 loss in an opener in men's basketball since also Michigan State in 2005, and they lost to Hawaii. So yeah, that was a fun one to listen to on the way walking home from the game I went to, and it made Tom Izzo mad, so that made me happy.
So what game did you go to?
I attended OSU Oakland, which was also a very good close game. Oakland's strategy is just chuck up threes. They had a guy who is a transfer from Hillsdale College in Michigan. And Oakland University is in Metro Detroit area.
I was going to ask, which Oakland is this?
Yeah, not Oakland, California. There's
an
Oakland County, Michigan. So it's in Oakland, Michigan.
Because the one in California is one that we've seen in football sometimes this year because they're the ones that are playing the all road schedule.
Yes, it's not the same school. This is a community school in Southeast Michigan.
Okay, cool.
And their coach has been there for a long time, Greg Campy. I attended as a credentialed member of the media, which was really incredible.
It was awesome.
Seat. Yeah, I got to go to the press conferences, which was really cool. And so, yeah, but to speak on the game itself, the guy I was talking about from Hillsdale College, he attempted 18 shots, and they were all threes, and he hit 6 of them.
Hey.
And some of them, he just decided, I'm going to step back and hoist this. And some of those were, it is what it is. Live by the 3, die by the 3.
Yeah.
Literally, the coach said that at the end of the game. You just gotta hoist them sometimes. So that was really fun. And I'm going to the Ohio State Texas A&M game as well, which will probably not be sicko because both teams are pretty good. But you never know with college basketball in the beginning of the season, especially early in the season. A lot of teams are just kind of trying to figure out what the heck is going on. So yeah. What else do we have?
I know that Pitt basketball fans are totally in on this season now.
I'm so excited!
National championships, baby!
Yeah, we're going to Phoenix, which I had to Google where the Final Four even was this year. But Pitt freshman Bub Carrington had a triple-double in his Pitt debut. First Pitt player ever to do that. Third Pitt player ever to open with a double-double. After DeJuan Blair and Sean Miller. So get fucking hype, guys. Hype train is real.
And then I just wanted to say, I was looking at who the Sun Belt played for their opening games. And, there was a mixture of like schools that I'd never heard of, schools without logos. And then Commish, who did ULM choose that first game?
Oh boy.
ULM decided to take it easy in the opening, and they played 7th ranked Houston in Houston.
Why the fuck do you do that? Why? Old Dominion plays something called Virginia Wesleyan.
I mean,
Southern Miss plays something called William Carey. I don't know who William Carey is.
Ooh, they were a feature last year too, William Carey.
Really, it didn't go well. For ULM, they didn't do too well. They had 25 turnovers. They only made 11 field goals. Apparently, Houston's defense was so rough that ULM was only 35% from the free throw line. 6 to 17. Just not good. Not a good night. But it's okay. ULM will have an easier schedule in a little bit. They play some stuff that doesn't exist. And there's Champion Christian coming up.
Ooh, yeah.
There's something called Ecclesia. I have never heard of that. So they got a chance to get some wins. I do want to shout out to my New Orleans Privateers for getting 100 points. Shout out to the Privateers, where the Commish actually got his degree from. And they dropped 100 on Millsap's ass. So take that, Millsaps.
And I just want to say that congratulations to Dartmouth basketball. They held this little private school called Duke. You might have heard of them before. That game, when I turned it off, was Duke 28, Dartmouth 19, with 5:07 left in the first. And that's really all we have to talk about in that game. It may have ended a little wider than that for Duke. Congrats, Duke, for getting a home win against the plucky Ivy League visitors. The final score was 92-54.
Speaking of the Ivy League, Princeton beat Rutgers.
Yes, I saw that.
At a neutral site in Trenton. So that means Princeton is the new school of New Jersey.
That is that.
Also, I'm looking for Raj in this shot.
That is Jersey as shit, by the way. That Princeton and Rutgers playing in Trenton is Jersey as shit.
The only thing that would be more New Jersey is if like Seton Hall played on the boardwalk itself.
Yeah, like if this were Atlantic City, then maybe this would be it.
Yeah.
Well, we will keep touching back in all season long with basketball and figure that out as we go along. Right now in Maction, we have Ball State winning the Bronze Stock Trophy against Northern Illinois tonight.
Yes.
We have Central and Western playing right now. What's the current score in that game?
Western just kicked the field goal to make it 38-28 with a minute 37 to go. So it's a 2-possession game. It's looking like Rodger's going to stay undefeated so far.
There you go. And if Western wins this, they win the MAC 3-way trophy.
Yes.
The Michigan 3-way. And then Ohio and Buffalo. Is it still 3-3?
No, Ohio's up 20-10 right now. We have downgraded Buffalo to, I guess we're back to salt and vinegar Buffalo.
Hey, this game was 3-3 for a long ass time, and Ohio had like 50 yards going into halftime.
Yeah.
So apparently Ohio opened shit up. That's good. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow night, we have Akron at Miami, Bowling Green at Kent State, our favorite Bowling Green, the turnover machine.
Oh, God. And Kent State's coming to oh, my God.
That's going to be...
Oh, my God.
They're going to Kent State. They're going to Kent.
Oh, my God.
That's going to be an absolute, just like nuclear bomb. That is Oppenheimer-ish shit right there. And then Eastern Michigan going to the Rockets of Toledo.
Ooh, interesting.
It's going to be a rough one. That's a rough game. So let's start fast forwarding a little bit. Thursday, we have Southern Miss at the Raging Cajuns on Thursday night on ESPNU.
Yeah, the only stat that I have is Cajun Killer, the big Raging Cajun fan. In our Discord, we have to mention him every time we talk about the Cajuns. He wanted to say that this is a trap game for the Cajuns, and then I found a stat that supported his theory. So this is from Sam Sklar, the head coach of Southern Miss. Will Hall, against teams from Louisiana, he is 7-1. Will Hall against teams from any other state, 5-21. So look out, Cajuns. His only loss is to Tulane this year.
Okay. God, that's rough. We also have some ACC action on Thursday night. Virginia at Louisville. Oh my God. I saw this and I can't believe this game is happening this late in the year, just in terms of where these teams have been and where they're coming from, I still don't know if Louisville is good or not.
This really feels like a CW game.
It does. Like emotionally, it does. This is on like God's own ESPN. Everyone gets to watch this.
Everyone will see.
Everyone.
We're all gonna see.
But like, guys, can I talk about Friday's schedule? Because Friday is spicy as hell. Like Friday might be one of my favorite Friday schedules in a while.
It's all
First
late
game
too.
doesn't
What
kick,
the hell?
doesn't kick till 8 p.m.
What the hell?
I'm gonna be at this game. I got credential for this one. North Texas at SMU. If SMU doesn't score 100 here, I'll be shocked. North Texas has the worst defense in the country in terms of yards per game. They give up about 450 yards per game. Just like that's average for them.
Wait, so you mean to tell me that there's a defense worse than USC's?
I know.
Yeah,
Wow.
Shocker.
It's North Texas. They're worst in the country. Total defense.
But let's be honest here, not that much worse than USC.
Yeah, not that much.
It's actually within about 50 yards, I believe. Wow. This game is going to be an absolute banger. I'm so excited to go to this game late on a Friday night because this just feels like points and points and points and points. And what more do I want on a Friday night?
It's funny. You're going to show up and it's going to be like 9-6.
Of course it is. Because every time I've sold someone on like this game's going to be a banger, it turns into like defensive duel in the Sun Belt. Also at night we have Grambling at the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, one of my favorite logos of all time. Oh. But the spicy one, we get our Mountain West Friday night action back. Commish. On the FS1, we get Wyoming at UNLV. This is my shit. This is so good.
Oh yeah.
Like bright lights, the country boys come into bright lights, big city. Did you see the video today of UNLV on the practice field next to the Sphere? And the Sphere's like smiley face comes over the top.
It comes over the head. It's just like
terrifying.
It's just like oh my God. It's so ridiculous.
I also found out that it's $450K for a one-day advertising campaign on the Sphere. If every sicko that follows us gave us $4, we could put the giant face on there. I'm just saying. We could also, feed a lot of hungry people, but we could give it to other rich assholes and put our face on something. So, either way. Can Wyoming win this game in Vegas? I don't have a good answer for this one.
I don't see why not. This is Mountain West.
Wyoming's gritty.
They're gritty. But are the bright lights going to get them? This isn't Laramie. This isn't cold and windy. This is, what's it called? What's the same? Alliance Stadium? What's it called?
Allegiant, I think.
Allegiant Stadium.
Allegiant. Sure. It sounds right.
It's a shiny NFL stadium.
I know. It's a giant Roomba.
Are the Cowboys going to get there early and go, gambling? They're going to go out drinking? Carousing? Is that what Cowboys do? They carouse?
Yes.
Carouse?
Sure.
Carouse.
They be carousing.
Can I mention that the drink I drank tonight, I want to make it the official drink of the Sickos Committee?
You got a whole bunch of drinks that you want to make official drinks of the Sickos Committee.
Not Fernet.
No. Red wine and Coke.
I've had those. I like them.
They're great.
The key is to use really, really cheap Spanish red wine. Yeah.
You have to use like the cheapest Tempranillo you can find.
Like the sangria style. I mean.
No.
You're talking, okay.
No, I mean like Franzia's like the right ballpark.
Yeah.
You talk about bagged wine here, box wine.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, cheap Spanish wine usually comes in bottles, but yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, and so you do that. You mix it with Coke and a twist of lemon. It's real good. It's Basque. It's called Calimocho. Calimocho. The TX, okay. I believe, is CA. Basque fucks me up all the time. Yeah, Calimocho. It's really tasty. My wife had cava with port in it, which is also something that will make you want to fight God, but it's really tasty. I had tapas tonight. Right. It was wonderful.
All right, I have two updates.
Go for it.
Western Michigan won by 10. They claim both the victory cannon and the MAC. Like they beat Central and they beat Eastern, so they get the Michigan MAC trophy.
They get the three-way. Yep.
And I'm dropping an image in the chat of the San Jose State court, which is just
the San Jose court is
something.
We voted for that
Why
one,
the
didn't we?
image is so
Yeah, we
small.
did. We voted for the
yeah,
microchip. I remember that.
the circuit court. Yep.
Yes, the Sickos committee. We really promoted that one.
People give so much shit about certain fields being ugly. Basketball courts are a whole other world, y'all. The TCU court makes me ill.
Oh, the TCU one is bad. I like this. I kind of like this one. This is kind of growing on me.
Are there any college courts out there that are worse than the NBA in-season tournament courts?
Yeah, the TCU court.
Yeah,
the TCU court undulates. Have you seen it out there?
I have. I think at least it's trying something cool.
The problem is that I'm not someone who gets motion sickness, but the way it is, it looks like it undulates when you watch it. It looks like it's moving. And it's hard. It's really hard to look at.
Have you seen it in person?
No, and I hear in person it's not nearly as bad because you're on the floor and you don't see the angles.
Right.
But like from up here, it looks like the edge of the court pulls up because the way it's shaded, it looks like the edges of the court are like on an angle, and it really
it's
messes
the way the light
up.
hits it. It's the way the light hits it.
Frequently asked questions from Google about TCU's basketball court. Why does the TCU basketball court look like that? Is the TCU basketball floor made of wood? Do they serve beer at TCU basketball games?
Important questions.
All important things.
I have another one to enter. If everybody wants to go to the chat, and listeners at home, you can Google Cal State Bakersfield.
Oh, I think I remember this one too.
Oh yes.
It's also got the Roadrunner guy on it.
Yes.
Or character.
I like it. It's cozy.
Oh, this is a better picture.
It's all blue. That's the nice thing about it.
Since we've detoured back into college basketball, Andrew, what is this whole Sanford Pentagon thing going on with the Auburn game? Please explain.
There's a fantastic arena in Sioux Falls, South Dakota that's called the Sanford Pentagon, and the stadium is a pentagon. Justin Ferguson, who covers Auburn, I think it's called the Auburn Observer, tweeted out a photo of the aerial shot. It's a massive complex. A lot of high school basketball tournaments take place here, and sometimes they do preseason tournaments here. The Summit League does their conference tournament here, and randomly there's a G League team here. I think they're the Sky Force.
Oh yeah, Sky Force.
So yeah, I don't know why this game is being played there. I guess it's just a non-conference neutral site game because it's just a one-off. Standalone.
What's great about the Sanford Pentagon is the court will have like every single marking for every sport imaginable. Like I'm pretty sure in the middle of a basketball game, you'll just see like an F1 starting grid on the court or something. It's just every single thing happens there. And because it's a Pentagon, you have a really easy joke if your opponent is giving up a lot of points. No Department of Defense at this Pentagon.
But I love it.
I just love that they dragged Auburn and Baylor to South Dakota for some reason.
Why the fuck would you do that?
I'm gonna post a picture of the map of the arena so you can see how many courts there are. It's insanity. It's like 10 courts. Somehow they've squeezed
I remember this. I remember seeing this last season. Yeah.
I might have to tweet this out. On
wow!
Account, but
yeah, no, they there's a bunch of them. I
guess
this. Yeah, I remember
the lobby and the bathrooms are in one. Like I don't know geometry anymore. Forgot all of that. But
converging
the
angles,
part of the
pointy bits
is the entrance. So there's no courts there, but the rest of it, like the more square part, the more 90-degree angle part, is where the other courts are.
Somewhere.
See, this is what happens when you specialize. Somewhere the mathematicians are crying.
Yeah, somewhere we have a listener who teaches high school geometry and they are crying. Hello, listener.
Sorry.
We love you.
Sorry to you. I'm an anthropologist. Math is unnecessary.
All the markings on the court remind me of like the korfball world champions I've been watching. Those korfball courts that have like, every line possible. It's got netball. It's got, I don't know, a handball. It has, I don't know what the fuck else you do inside. I don't know what sports exist.
Volleyball?
Sure. That's probably one that they play there as well. steering us back to football because why not? Hold up, I lost the window again.
Uh-oh. He's lost
How
the tabs,
could you
folks.
possibly lose a window, Jordan?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 windows tonight.
Are all these Auburn fans like relatives? What's going on?
So on Friday, we've been talking about our pick of the week. We're not 100% sure yet, but a game that keeps floating to the top is Pitt versus Syracuse at Yankee Stadium.
You mean
Arthur, you're going to be on Saturday. Yes, you're going to be there, Arthur, aren't you?
Yes, so I will be there. I'm taking the train to New York City, which I've never taken Amtrak before, so I'm excited for that. And I have like no plans outside of I have a ticket to this game. If you want to get an idea of how in demand tickets for this game are, I requested it through Pitt, and my seat is row 1, seat 1 in the Pitt section. So I think this is just going to be an electric atmosphere, high quality football between these teams, that just two teams that are hot at the right time.
On a pitch that we've noticed this grass is going to be A+ as well.
Absolutely. I mean, I circled this when they announced where this game was happening. You know, I got my ticket as soon as it was on sale. I booked all my travel as soon as I could. I'm not someone who's really familiar with New York City, right? So like, I wasn't really sure where to stay. I Googled, is the John Wick Hotel real? And the answer is no. So I just booked a hotel as close to where the filming location for the exterior of the John Wick Hotel is. But I'm just excited to be there. I'm going to have a great time no matter what happens. If anyone has like suggestions, I'm not sure if I can top in terms of what to do as a sicko in New York City that Steve Carell going to Sbarro, but I'm open to suggestions. So, anyone out there, give me ideas for things to do. Because like I said, I'm going to be in New York City for like 2 days, and all I have on my schedule right now is this football game.
There is the M&M store in Times Square, but I feel like you have to, that is a traditional place you got to go to.
I've been to the Toys R Us in Times Square.
Don't I get the M&M store in Times Square. There's an Apple store there too.
Ooh, I don't know how I feel about M&Ms now that they don't sponsor Kyle Busch.
Well, now that they made the green one less sexy, I had a big problem with that. Once they desexified the green one, that's what woke America gets you.
Oh no, the green M&M gets to have rights.
I gotta go to the M&M store and bring sexy back.
Yes. Show me the fuckable M&M. Like, sir, what do you mean? What I mean.
I'm trying to find the words to make this M&M respectful. Ooh, you's a sexy bitch.
Just standing in front of finding the green M&M and just staying there. Just
not the sexy M&M.
Sir, we need to ask you to leave. You're too weird for Times Square.
To my family.
You're too weird for Times Square, sir. Please leave.
Shout out to anyone who listened to this episode because Rodger Sherman was on it.
Hello, new listeners.
Yeah, welcome.
You're welcome.
Oh, someone's asking $470 for we'll call it technically an outfield ticket to this game. Here, I'll post it.
What's great about Yankee Stadium, like I've been to a Pinstripe Bowl that Pitt was playing in. There really aren't any good seats to this game, so I don't know where they're getting this number from.
Yeah,
that's Jordan. That seat is money laundering.
It has to be, right?
Do crimes.
Because it's on the 50-yard line technically, but you're also so far away from the 50-yard line.
Yeah, when they do the Pinstripe Bowl, that's where the bad boy mower is positioned.
Oh, yeah.
Right on the 50-yard line. And then the cheerleaders are there, and then the sideline, and then the camera with the high thing, like the Boogermobile style. So it's a terrible seat. You're definitely right, Arthur. There are no good seats.
Well, guess where I'm sitting? Right on the 50-yard line, about as far from the football field as you can get. And I'm in the front row.
Love it.
Yep.
That's going to be some great sight lines.
Yeah, enjoy a Yankee dog. Was that what they sell there? I don't fucking know.
No, they sell like a $35 steak sandwich.
There we go.
Don't get it.
Go to the Yankee Steakhouse. There's your meal. Go to the Yankee Steakhouse.
No, if I'm getting any concession at Yankee Stadium, I'm getting nachos because at least it would be a 30 Rock reference, and that's all I know about New York City is 30 Rock reference. I've been to New York like 2 or 3 times. Everything else I know is 30 Rock.
This is so deeply hurtful as a New Yorker, but it's fine.
You can go to the Hard Rock Cafe that's built into the bottom of the stadium like I did when I went to the Pinstripe Bowl.
You could go. No, you should go to the McDonald's across the street. That's like a real New York experience.
You should go do like Rodger and go to the Columbia game earlier in the day. Because that Columbia Stadium is a real shithole.
This is where I sat last year for the Pinstripe Bowl. Just terrible sightline.
Oh yeah, look at that beautiful sightline. I can see so many levels of seats. And there seems to be people on the field, but I couldn't tell you what they're doing.
When I went to the Pinstripe Bowl, I sat like directly above where those seats are, I think. I was in the upper deck and it was actually better because you could see that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like upper deck would be way better on that.
I guess that would be.
Anyways, you can tell we all love New York. We're all big New York people, even though Andrew is currently there. Andrew, how many Columbia football games have you gone to?
No, I really want to go to one, actually. I'm kind of jealous that Rodger's going to one. I've been to I think I've only skipped or missed one Pinstripe Bowl, and it was a blowout.
There you go.
It's just become like a tradition that I go with my dad and some friends.
I mean, I also go to hallowed grounds every year of the Frisco Bowl, so I understand. Uh-oh, did we lose Andrew?
He has a Pinstripe Bowl to attend.
There we go. Yep. Oops, had to go visit. Poochie's off to the Pinstripe Bowl.
He was talking about he's a Mets fan, talking about going to Yankee Stadium, so the Mets silenced him.
Oh, that's why. How about Rutgers at Iowa? This is another game that's on the top of our list. This one opened at under 28.5, I believe.
Yep.
But this one, again, this is not gambling advice because this is not a gambling podcast because I do not gamble on college football because I am not stupid about it. However,
I've just never had like disposable income to bet on games.
Well, you've also never lived in. Now, say yes, you've lived in a place where gambling is legal. You lived in New Orleans, so yeah.
Yeah, the only game that I've ever bet on in my life was there was a delayed game by a hurricane. It was Miami versus UCLA, and it was delayed. And the guy that I was working with at the time was just so adamant that UCLA was going to win. I was like, hell no, the Canes are going to beat them. And I bet $10, and I won. I was correct. So that's the only game I've ever like bet on. You know, I'm done. I'm off the high there. I think it's like Cade McNown, over under UCLA.
Oh God, this game opened at 28.5 over under, and honestly, I think the over goes on this one because I think Rutgers can score.
Rutgers is going to win this game.
I think so, which is a frightening statement. But yeah, I think Rutgers goes to Iowa City and wins, and that's.
By how much, though? Because, like, I could see this being also aggressively 10-7.
Nah, it'll be like 2017 if I had to guess.
You think Iowa can score 17 points?
I think Gavin Wimsatt will throw at least one pick six, maybe two.
Well, so here's the difference,
and they'll still win.
You're betting on the over because you're trying to win money. I'm betting on the under because I'm trying to make it go down.
Okay, yeah.
Logical.
There you go.
I don't know, man. It's just like this game is just, for the game of the week, we're talking about Syracuse and Pitt in Yankee Stadium. We're talking about this one, and I'm like, are we doing Iowa again? Is this the game of the week again? Is Iowa the game of the week again?
Rutgers isn't sickos. Like that's the thing. Like Rutgers doesn't have the vibe.
Rutgers is actually kind of good this year.
Pitt and Syracuse are both just dumpster fires.
Yes. Yep. We are now at the point where
then it's on a baseball field.
Yeah, yes. It's the venue for me.
Yeah, I think that kind
of classic game at a classic venue.
Yes, the 100th anniversary of the game that did at Yankee Stadium. That's not the same fucking Yankee Stadium.
No, it's a different stadium. That's the best part. And it's way worse.
Now, if this were the Polo Grounds and we still had the Polo Grounds, I'd be happy. Oh, yeah. Also, because I think the Polo Grounds actually had better sight lines for football than it did
and the
baseball.
Polo Grounds actually had like room for a football stadium because the outfield was like 520 feet.
I love those dimensions of the Polo Grounds.
Oh, it's one of my absolute favorites.
It's incredible.
The other game that kept coming up in the Game of the Week discussion was Indiana at Illinois, which is aggressively Big Ten. Is this a trophy game?
It feels like it should be, but I don't think it is.
There's a men's basketball rivalry here.
Yeah.
But I don't see it as a football rivalry. And so, like, that tells me that, this is...
No. Illinois' trophy games are Purdue, Ohio State, the Turtle, Eli Buck guy, and the Lincoln hat.
Okay, so this isn't even a trophy game. This is just these states are next to each other. Yes, ma'am.
The over-under for this game is 43.5 points, and that seems like too many.
Who's going to score 40? I mean, Indiana has looked better this last couple weeks.
How are we going to get to 43.5 points, though?
Burt Mentum.
I mean, once you get Burt going down the hill, you can't stop him.
Literally.
Can someone tell me about the bird dancing? Actually, maybe that's not a good question to ask.
Oh, it's great because he reminds me of the episode of Community, the Chaos Theory one, when Britta comes in being like, "Me so hungry." He's dancing like that. And the room just fucking erupts. It's so good.
Like when Mac Brown dances, like
yeah, it has that same vibe to it. Except Bert's arms are way out, and it's like rotating more.
Are you sure he's not just like trying to keep his ballast like?
I have that problem too. Yeah, you have to keep afloat.
Like, I have too much food on the right side of my stomach. I gotta shift to the left.
But like these three games, I think, are the ones that are definitely like the closest to the top of the list because everything else feels like it's secondary to these three.
Can I make an entry that's low down on the list?
Yeah.
Okay. Make a case.
Wazoo Cal is always a completely chaotic, disastrous, incredible game. I'm looking up the Winspedia as we speak to read off some of this.
The one
shout out to the Connor Halliday game.
So
that game will live free in my brain forever.
So the
2014, 60-59.
Yeah. The thing that gets me about this game is it's 3 p.m. Central. So it's one. That's one strike against it. Then Wazoo has been kind of like inept as hell.
Bad.
Since
and Cal's ept.
And
Cal has looked more put together than Wazoo has the last 2 weeks.
Cal has. I will make
that argument.
I can give you Cal has a running game. I can give you that.
Jaden
Ott,
really good.
And they have if he's really healthy, good. They're good. So there's something that Cal can put their head on. Washington State has Cam Ward, but I just don't. I don't know. That's another one. I'm going to throw another one out there. That's one there. I'm talking about the fall of September, Maryland, and Nebraska on Peacock. Ooh. It's the bowl eligible. Both of these need this win desperately to get the bowl eligibility because it does not get easier for either one of them after this. It doesn't get any easier.
Yeah, Maryland will not make a bowl if they don't win this game.
If Maryland doesn't win this game, they have – who do they have after this? Oh, my God.
It is
Michigan
and at Rutgers.
And at Rutgers. So Nebraska after
Rutgers
this
is way better than Maryland right now.
And Nebraska after this one.
Oh, Nebraska's schedule gets real stupid.
Is the Iowa game at home or on the road?
It's at home.
At home.
But Nebraska has to go. They're at home against Maryland. Then they have to go up to Madison, Wisconsin, which may or may not. But again, it's on the road. And then they face Iowa at home. So this is kind of the bowl eligible. Like, there's not a given. These teams need this one badly.
Nebraska at Wisconsin is in prime time next week.
Yeah, no. Why?
They're showing it to the whole world.
Everyone will see.
Oh my God, it's on NBC.
Yep.
Yeah.
NBC, how much money did you spend on this?
Both.
Too much.
Both. No, I mean, they got the sicko value. I'm going to say that. Because I'm going to say the Big Ten money is like these Big Ten West fans, which I love them so much. They don't give a fuck how bad their team is. They are fucking diehards, and I love it. I love it. Like, they don't care. Like, they win one game and it's like, we're back. That's it. they're diehards. They love it. You know, there's some fans that are a lot that follow us that are realistic, but like this is serious. If Maryland gets this one, they get a bowl. If Nebraska gets this one, they get a bowl their first time since 2016. The bowl eligible aspect of it is kind of
so good.
That. I mean, it may not be number one for us, but it is definitely top 5, maybe top 3.
Before we go too much further, let me plug our shit. As
Plug
always, for $5 a month, you can jump in our Patreon and hop in the Discord and have our discussions with us and tell us which game you think should be game of the week.
Yeah.
We do a lot of like literally as soon as the games wrap up on Saturday, we have people already being like, here's what next week looks like. Here's the list. So if you want to hop in there and get into it, like absolutely join in for that. You get to also give us suggestions for literally any other ideas you have. Throw in graphics, whatever you want, because we are a committee and even it'll happen a lot of times. Someone will have the idea, I'll make the graphic or vice versa or whatever. It is it's where the sicko sausage gets made. Come make sausage with us.
Seriously, it is awesome because a lot of us just come in there and then somebody mentions one random thing and then everybody in the Patreon in the committee just starts pulling at this thread and nobody has to like say, hey, can you help me out with this? This is just like somebody makes an random comment, like random thought. Since Tulsa has the Taco Bell, like what's the closest one? Then we're like spreadsheeting like madmen. And just we did the Arby's.
Was beautiful to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
No, there's people doing stuff for like Kubota. There's the Chuck E. Cheese. I mean, there's
Qdoba. What did you call it? Kubota?
I don't even know what it is. I never even heard of it. Kubota?
It's a burrito place.
No, I was thinking of the tractor.
No, you were thinking
Kubotas.
of Qdoba. Yes.
Qdoba,
yeah. These are 2 different things.
You did Cabela's, okay.
Did you combine Qdoba?
No,
I think we're just
Kubota
excited
company.
about Ben Rhodes winning the
Okay.
NASCAR
Kubota,
Passenger
the
Truck
track.
Series championship.
That's right.
Tractor.
Kubota.
Oh my
Kubota
god.
farm
Load
equipment.
the queso into the tractor.
I passed by Tractor Supply on the way home today, so that probably got infused in my mind. I'm just gonna take a picture of a Kubota tractor and put that shit in our Discord right now, because when we record, you get no context images from the podcast, and you can listen to the podcast and go through the images and just see the tractor that I just threw in there.
I'm definitely cropping queso into like the back part of
It's the queso backhoe.
Yeah, exactly.
You get one of those like trenches
Also,
from
Sausage
Tractor
Extra.
Supply, and it's just like those metal trenches, and the backhoe's just dumping queso in it. You ready to go?
Yeah.
Also, check out our store. We're adding new things daily, and we're at sickoscommittee.org. For that, we now have a Live, Laugh, Punt baby onesie.
Somebody
You can
emailed
get
me.
it for your kiddo.
Somebody emailed me and was like, "Hey, my friend's a big fan of you, and he's about to have a baby. Can you make some baby onesies?" And I was like, "Are you sure?" And it was like, I made some baby onesies. I'm gonna make another one with the Sickos #1 fan, and it'll come in 5 colors. It's not too expensive, and they look like fantastic material. But yeah, if you want us to make something and we have the option to do it, email us. We'll make this. And if you want some gag Christmas gifts, we will make some stuff that you can give to your friends for Christmas. We got some designs coming. Some stocking stuffers. Sicko stocking stuffers.
Shout out to the Message Board Geniuses podcast. They go to the places that we refuse to go because there are crazy people in there. We also have our Substack. Follow us on there for our weekly Sickos recaps. And lastly, if you love soft, amazing, licensed collegiate apparel, go to Homefield Apparel and use offer code yes, yes, that's 3 ha's for 15% off your first order, as well as our weekly Sickos shirt showdown. This week we have Syracuse and Pitt. It's the Script Panthers versus Otto the Orange. Both great shirts. And you can use offer code committee on those to get 25% off those 2 shirts or any of the stuff we have in our weekly Sicko shirt showdown link. So find those. They're there till they're out. I may pick up an Otto the Orange shirt this week. I don't know. I love Otto so much.
I will also say, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube. Also, if you got Instagram, and just go ahead and look us up. It's at Sickos Committee. A lot of fun. We just post
and the Blue Sky. We post things on the Blue Sky too.
We got the Blue
We
Sky
love
too. If you got Blue Sky, go right ahead. We put the Sickos CBB on Blue Sky also, so it's there. So we're trying to get spread out because we don't know the future of the platform that we grew up on, I would say. So just follow us everywhere, and it'd be greatly appreciated.
We're in our teenage years here.
We are.
So when I click on sign up for OnlyFans, it asks for a name. Do I just type Sickos Committee, do you think? Okay, we'll do this later.
Welcome to our production meeting.
So the next tier down of our games, not like a top sicko, but the ones I'm looking at, Sam Houston at Louisiana Tech. Could this be a 2 in the row for Sam Houston? I keep saying state. You gotta stop doing that.
This is a quad box special for me. I'm this one. I mean, the orange and the blue is going to be fun in Ruston.
This is 2 p.m. on ESPN The Plus.
The Plus.
And I wish I can't get ESPN Plus games on my quad box, which sucks. So I have to manually do that on my screen on my computer, but I can't get it on my TV, which is annoying. But this would definitely be on there because I've watched. I swear that we've had to have watched more collective Sam Houston's football this year than like anyone else out there, except for I think Sam Houston fans. We've been watching a ton.
Presumably the fans, yeah.
Especially because
maybe some of them
worth watching.
They are. That's
they
the
are.
Thing. Every team is worth watching. Most part.
They're worth watching because it's entertainment. It is just ridiculous on how they play really close games. Unfortunately, it's heartbreaking for them, but there's just an element of like what's going to happen next, and the score is so close. It's just riveting TV, and unfortunately, they've been on the wrong side of it. La Tech also. La Tech has played some really close games this year. You kind of think La Tech is just going to run away with this, but La Tech is not that great this year, honestly. La Tech
has lost every game by like 7 points. It looks
like.
They lose them all crushingly close.
La Tech beat FIU by 5. They came back and tied North Texas, but lost by 3 to North Texas. They handled UTEP. They lost by 7 to Western Kentucky, 8 to Middle Tennessee, 3 to New Mexico State. And pretty much all their games have been close, except like a handful of teams that are just basically like an echelon above them. But this should be a really good Conference USA game. Riveting TV.
The tractor with the queso in it is perfect. Thank you.
Queso tractor.
Yeah, that was
perfect.
Maybe not my best work.
We also have Nevada at Utah State, 2 p.m. on Mountain West Channel / Cages is back.
It's Corvallis Love on Cages.
On Cages.
It's the Quiet Storm coming to you live.
This is so delightfully Mountain West as hell. Nevada, Utah State, they're both using like the same shade of blue almost.
Yeah.
They're going to be hard to tell if like those two schools were
like
the same shade of blue.
One is blue and silver. The other one is like navy blue, and they're both navy blue. The other one, blue and white. The other one is blue and silver. This should be fun. I kind of think Utah State handles this one.
I think so too. They're the better team right now. Yeah. Nevada, I thought they had the pull up, but like that last week, they just got.
Maybe that was all they had. Their 2 wins, and then they're spent like somebody else we know.
I'd like to talk about a game that involves a team on the up and a team on the down, and I'll let you decide who is who. Virginia Tech at Boston College, 11 a.m. on the ACC network. One of those teams feels like they're moving up, and it's not Virginia Tech. Boston College.
I cannot figure out what to do with this game.
I don't know what the hell is going to happen in this game. I know Virginia Tech is. We were given South Florida like your recovery for your back injury. Virginia Tech is the recovery for your back injury. They are nonlinear as hell. They don't make any sense whatsoever. They lost to Marshall. They beat the crap out of like other teams. I mean, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
No, 0.
I don't know what Virginia Tech's going to show up. All I know is Boston College is going to be wild as hell. Their quarterback Castellanos is going to run around like a maniac in the backfield, and I don't know what's going to happen. It's in Chestnut Hill. It's a classic 11 a.m. ACC network game.
The sun's going to be out for like 3 hours at this point up in Boston.
It's must-see ACC network TV.
Abolish standard time.
It's really bad, right?
Fuck standard time. All the homies hate standard time.
I fucking hate this.
I don't care.
Hey girl, do you want a 5-year-old to help you wake up on time? Because
no,
because he doesn't know that 5:30 isn't actually 5:30 anymore. Like he'll come wake you up.
No, thank you. He is very cute, but no, thank you. And I also hate getting out of work and it being dark already. Mm-hmm. It's a bummer.
Northwestern at Wisconsin. Another, just every Big 12 West game at this point just looks like this to me.
Big 12 West.
Big 12 West.
Big 12 West.
Big 12 West. Big 10 West. Whatever.
Big 10 West.
The Wisconsin Northwestern game is also deeply cursed. Like Wisconsin fans always think that they're going to lose to Northwestern.
Yeah,
it's very funny.
This is oatmeal. This is just big stodgy bowls of oatmeal.
I believe they call it gruel in that part of the country.
This is just plain ass cream of wheat.
Oh,
Here is your glop.
Yeah. Oh, you want some raisins and cinnamon sugar with that? No. Plain.
Fuck that.
Not allowed.
You want a swirl of honey? No,
cheese curds.
Not happening. Done.
Lunch lady is handing this out of a dish that is the size of like the roof of my car, right? Just like
it's the biggest silver pot you've ever seen in your life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Commish,
did we skip Minnesota at Purdue?
Oh, we did. Sorry,
we did.
This is on NBC. This is on NBC.
No, NBC paid a lot of money for this game, so we cannot skip it.
At 2:30 on NBC, Minnesota at Purdue. This is the game that should be 28.5 over under.
What is the over under on this game?
I'm going to look it up because I have an honest to God feeling that this is the one that's going to be just a morass. Because neither of these teams can really do anything right now. I'm seeing, let's see here. Can I interest you in 46.5? There's no goddamn.
Oh, no, that is too many points.
Hold up. Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. That has to be wrong. No, 46.5.
That ain't
46.5 on this game. There's no way.
Where are all these points coming from?
I don't know.
8 Purdue.
Pick sixes?
No, their defenses aren't that good.
Yeah, this is in Iowa.
Oh, God. Yeah. Everyone watch this because it's going to be fucking gruesome. And NBC's going to have to talk about this like they talk about fucking Notre Dame, about how honored these traditions are.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Bring in, make fucking Jason Garrett watch this. Jason Garrett made so many of my friends' lives miserable to Dallas Cowboys. Make Jason Garrett watch this goddamn game.
Revenge.
Commish, I want you to sell me that Temple's going to beat USF.
USF does not have a defense.
Yeah.
Temple has E.J. Warner, a Detmer darling, who put up 400 yards passing on Navy. And Navy keeps the ball away from you. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. South Florida, let's look at their defense here. South Florida, we're going to the American. Let's see how South Florida's defense, it's one of the worst. One of the worst. So let's see how much South Florida has given up. 41 to Western Kentucky. They gave up 24 to Florida A&M. Their best performance all year long was they only gave up 17 to Alabama. They gave up 29 to Rice. They gave up 30 to Navy. They gave up 56 to UAB. They gave up 56 to FAU. They only gave up 21 to UConn. And then they gave up 59 to Memphis.
Yeah, if EJ Warner's healthy.
The over-under is 68.5 and almost nice 69.
Temple feels like they'll cover that on their own if they just get rolling.
If EJ Warner can stay upright, because both passers, oh my God. Yeah, if they can stay, this could be another crazy pointsy fest here. an American point fest.
The American has been feast or famine all season. Either it's been like 70 to 72 or 7 to 10.
Dude, this is going to the quad box in the beginning. I am going to be the number one Temple fan. I don't know what's going on, what it's turned into me. I am about. You like the Rice Owls? I like the Temple Owls. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, if you hear hooting,
Hoot.
it's Commish.
Do Rice and Temple play this year? Do we not get we don't get a fucking Rice Temple football game this year. They're in the same conference. We can't get an all Owl Bowl.
I want the Owl versus Owl. Did FAU play Rice? No? What the hell?
I don't think that there were any Owl matches.
No, that happens on the 25th.
Okay, so we're gonna get one Owl versus Owl.
Is that rivalry week?
Okay.
It's an all Owl rivalry week. Okay, you know what?
It's rival Owl week.
Rivalry week.
When did we workshop that one?
I liked it.
Rival Owl.
Rivalry week.
Rivalry week. Okay, that's better.
It's a hoot.
Okay, there it is.
Boo.
Boo! I got a red card. All right, for bad jokes. Perfect.
In Conference USA action, we have two other games besides the one we talked about that we're catching our eyes. We got New Mexico State at Western Kentucky and FIU at Mitsu, both on ESPN Plus, both at 2:30.
New Mexico State has never played the Hilltoppers, so that's a brand new conference rivalry. So you go from Las Cruces to Bowling Green, Kentucky. Love it. And then you have FIU at Mitsu.
That is a Greyhound ass bus route.
God damn, like
it takes you 28 hours to get there.
What is that road trip? Las Cruces to Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Oh God.
Oh boy.
And you said you wanted bus? Let's see what we got here.
Or just anything. How long does it take?
It's 21 hours and 14 minutes. It is 1,400 miles. Let's see what the maps say.
Transit directions are not available.
I click on, no transit. There's no direct bus here. If you wanted to cycle it, you want to ride a bike, it said it would take 5 days. And it says this route includes a ferry. What? Where's a ferry?
Where
the fuck is a ferry?
What?
I assume across the river.
Across the Mississippi.
Yeah. Across like the Red River? Across the Mississippi?
A river.
Yeah, maybe across the Mississippi. Do they go across the Mississippi? Yeah, by Memphis. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. I have no idea. Whatever. Moving on.
Moving on. Auburn and Arkansas, an incredibly weird SEC game that's always super goddamn cursed. I know, Pitt Girl, your Auburn fandom is going to come through here, and you're just going to cheer on your boys in blue and gold. Blue and orange.
I mean, I will be cheering on my boys in blue and gold. This game is a game that I will not be perceiving because I will be perceiving Pitt Syracuse, and also for the sake of my mental health. Thank you.
Yep, don't blame you there.
Also, I've sworn Auburn off until they fire that motherfucker. So, go Hogs.
Cincinnati at Houston, 6 p.m. on FS1. Houston's 2-4 in conference. They beat West Virginia and Baylor. I somehow had memory hold those two wins.
How did you forget the West Virginia game?
No, that one I remembered. I did not remember the Baylor win because that game was
just
super
last
close.
week.
I don't remember who won that game.
What the hell? It was OT. We just talked about that 2 days ago.
You know that's
it
not
is
how my brain
canonical
works.
that we don't remember anything that happens on this podcast.
You know that's how my brain works.
How dare you forget the Cougar Coasters ride?
We're back to, can the basement dwellers of the Big 12, the new members, get out of their hazing and finally claw their way up?
The Cougar Coasters ride, though, just has me imagining them as, like, roller coaster Paul Revere. Like, one lantern if they win, 2 lanterns if they lose.
Yes.
San Diego State at Colorado State, 6 p.m. CBS Sports Network. Colorado State, I hope you calm the fuck down and just win this one cleanly. Like, put the kill shot on Brady Hoke, please.
Oh, boy.
Oh, it's in
please.
It's in Fort Collins.
Okay.
The
call should be coming from inside the house.
Right.
Yeah, like the kill shot. You said put the kill shot on Brady Hoke.
Get the kill shot on Brady Hoke, please, guys.
Oh my god.
Make it stop.
Instead of get shorty,
no scope.
It's get hokey.
This is the most unhinged episode we've done in a long time, guys.
I really wish this was a
Oh my God.
San Diego State Wyoming game so we could say the hokey pokey, but
Oh my God. Okay, put that down for next year.
Also
Use it
making
for
a note to think about that.
Hopefully Brady Hoke is in there next year.
No.
Also, potential rivalry
For this-
name for Oklahoma State, Virginia Tech.
The hokey pokey.
Ooh,
The hokey pokey.
That's what it's all about.
I mean, maybe that's what it is all about.
Florida LSU, another deeply cursed game. This is at the Swamp, so Florida should lose this by like.
Or
No,
you mean
also-
this is in
nothing-
Death Valley?
No, other way. Sorry, it's at Death
Nothing-
Valley, and also it's a
nothing
night
makes-
game at Death Valley.
Nothing makes sense. You can never predict this game. Nothing makes sense. Nothing. Can't do it. Can't do
Okay, can
it.
you
Whatever.
predict-
Never bet this game. Never do it.
Florida's like kind of approaching bad though.
No.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Losing.
Do you think
Losing to
LSU has a
Arkansas.
defense?
Oh, I know damn well they don't.
No.
All right.
Does it matter?
Fine, Commish, you want to use your prognostication things? Georgia Tech at Clemson,
Ooh.
11 a.m. on ABC. Predict that game.
Hit us.
Okay. I feel more confident predicting the Florida LSU game than I do this game.
Yeah. Predict this one. Predict Georgia Tech at Clemson. What happens here?
Georgia Tech at Clemson?
11 a.m. on ABC.
Who put primetime Georgia Tech at 11 a.m.?
I don't know.
11 a.m. is prime time if you're
Yeah.
Georgia Tech.
Okay.
I bolded it. I'm into it.
Primetime Georgia Tech. They won last week. They can't win well, they just ran 2 in a row. Georgia Tech
They
wins 3 in a
They
row.
broke the alternating thing. Yeah.
They
Now
did. They're
spinning
off the
out of control.
CW.
I'm not sure if he's stuck or he's thinking.
I am
He's
thinking.
thinking.
I am thinking.
I can see the eyes. I can see his eyes darting back and forth. He's thinking.
You want me to predict this game? Okay,
Yes,
fine.
I do.
Fuck it. Georgia Tech 29, Clemson 26.
Okay.
Hey.
Lock of the week. Ka-ching! Goom,
Clemson tries to kick a field goal to tie the game, and it is blocked by Georgia Tech.
And then Tyler from Spartanburg calls.
I will say that getting BYU in the Big 12 means we are getting Big 12 after dark now because Iowa State's at BYU at 9:15.
Oh my
Ooh.
god.
that is a weird thing.
My god.
It's like reverse Ames night game energy.
Yeah, and like the culture here is not quite as incongruent as BYU with WVU, but it's close. Like the Riot Bowl is a thing for a reason. So
Oh my god. Iowa State and BYU are both 5-4. This is a bowl
Yes.
eligible.
BYU has done very well. Like, BYU has done way better this season as opposed to like the
hold
other
on.
newcomers of it.
Iowa State needs this one desperately because guess who they got the week after? Texas. And then the week after, K-State.
Oh no.
Boy.
Farmageddon to end the year. BYU needs this one too because guess who they have after? Oklahoma.
Oh no.
And then
No.
Oklahoma State.
Mm.
This is another bowl
Okay, yeah.
eligible. I'm moving this up the rankings.
Okay, there you go. That's why we do this.
That's why we do it. Talk it out.
Texas Tech at Kansas is interesting from just a number standpoint. I think Kansas wins this thing, but this is also like Tech has been feisty in certain ways. I am less convinced. I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna be a cursed statement. I'm less convinced about Vanderbilt at South Carolina.
Mm.
What do you think's going to happen?
I think Vandy wins.
Mm.
Ooh.
So normally
Yeah,
your predictions
I know.
are the kiss of death.
It's at South Carolina. Though.
It is. Yeah, I know. They're my road dog of the week. Oh. I don't know. I need more sounds. I need a soundboard.
the road doors.
If I had a soundboard, you guys would fucking hate me so much.
Oh yeah,
By
no,
the way,
if we
I'll-
had a
I wish we-
soundboard, the whole podcast would just be us pushing buttons.
Either they're pushing buttons after everybody says like a sentence.
Real buttons as opposed to the metaphorical buttons that we usually push.
Done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do it.
By the way, Auburn completely collapsed and Baylor won by 6.
you go.
Yep. Womp womp womp.
I love your tweet. Does Auburn need a 3 here? I
that
love
was
that.
our other.
That's the catchphrase on Sicko CBB.
I need to make a shirt. I think that even Tulane can't fuck around with Tulsa.
Challenge accepted.
I think that's actually impossible.
Challenge accepted.
Okay.
Tulane is really good at fucking around.
But it's
I don't know. Tulsa's really bad.
Look.
Really
If
Florida State fucked around with Pitt for like a whole quarter and a half.
No.
And then what happened?
I don't want to talk about it.
So I'm gonna give you some Tulane background here. Okay. So there were rumors swirling that the quarterback for Tulane, Michael Pratt, was gonna use another year of eligibility and transfer from Tulane to go to a P5 school, and do another year and not go into the draft. That has gone to the wayside. He just stated that he accepted an invite to Reese's Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama. So basically kind of declaring for the draft after the season. This seems to be a unifying thing for the Tulane team. I feel really confident that the Tulane team gets their shit together and puts somebody fucking away for once this time, and it's fucking Tulsa.
To get by bus from Las Cruces to Bowling Green.
Okay, we're back.
Thank God.
It takes 2 days.
Yes.
And you have to transfer in El Paso, Dallas, and Atlanta.
Ugh.
Oh, God.
Atlanta? You gotta go to Atlanta?
Atlanta. Okay?
Yes.
That's how this goes.
What is it, Greyhound? Or are we talking about like the dollar coin bus that we get?
This is Greyhound. Greyhound
okay.
Will transfer you.
Mega coin bus, whatever we have in like South Texas.
$350, by the way.
$350.
$350 for this.
Wait,
privilege.
I'm
the
gonna do some
goddamn Loch Ness monster traveling from Las Cruces to Bowling Green, Kentucky. I gave Big Red $1. I can't. In the ferry. I love that it was a ferry route.
Cock and float is Oregon Trail on your bicycle. Cock and float your bike.
Jesus Christ.
Another game that, like, do you have any answer for what's going to happen at Arizona at Colorado?
Oh, yeah. Arizona's going to win this by probably a lot, actually.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's on the Pac-12 network, so no one's going to see it.
It's also during the day, so
it's a 1 p.m. local kick.
Ew.
Yeah.
No, sorry, 1 p.m. kick here, so
Central,
12.
So 12 noon.
That's a weirdly early kick for Pac-12 schools.
It's kind of early. Arizona on the road. Arizona does not fare well in Boulder. I will say that. I don't know what the weather is going to be like in Boulder. So it's going to be cold.
It's going to be nice weather throughout the country. It's a nice weekend.
All right. So we actually do the sickos thing. We check the weather reports because we love that shit.
Yeah.
But while we do that, Colorado nerfed their own offense and Shedeur is hurt. So,
did you see the back? Did you see what the backup looked like? He was like 5'2".
Shedeur playing?
Some people are like 5'2".
I mean, short kings, etc.
You're also not trying to QB a D1 team against Arizona.
I'm also not 5'2", actually. I'm taller than that.
I thought that's what you were implying.
Me too.
I said 5'2".
Okay.
I'm closer to 5'2" than anyone else on this podcast right now.
I don't know. Like Andrew's a short king.
No, I'm tall.
Shorter than me.
You met me in person.
I know you're shorter than me. Anyone under 6 foot short to me.
I'm like 6'2".
Are you taller than me? Really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
You don't remember shit. God damn it.
I live an unexamined life, okay?
We know.
Yeah.
The other day, I walked in the garage. The kid's baby stroller was not there. I did not know where it was. It was in the back of our car. I drove around all day with it. I loaded groceries into the back of my car. I took them out of that car. And I was still like, where's the goddamn baby stroller? I don't know where it is. I literally touched it 5 times. Yeah.
Incredible.
It's a problem. North Carolina State's back on their home of the CW. They're playing Wake. NC State is an easy win because they are their element here.
Yep.
Do they still have a chance to go 9-3?
They do.
They do.
They're 6-3.
They're going to go
6-3.
They're going to go 8-4.
They have to win 3 in a row against all odds.
Arthur, what is your quiz question for Memphis and Charlotte?
Okay, so the College Football Playoff Committee, one of the metrics they use to rank teams is how many teams have you beaten that are like 500 or better in terms of winning percentage.
Okay.
Memphis is 7-2. And those 2 losses were when they played what we know to be good teams, right? They were to Tulane and Missouri, which, okay, that's fine. Which teams has Memphis beaten in their 7 wins that have a 500 or better record? And I'm just asking overall, not like in conference or anything. Just overall,
how many?
Which teams has Memphis beaten that are over 500?
This feels like a trick question, so I'm going to say 0.
I can name.
Me too. I was going to say 0.
I can name one off the top of my head. It's Boise. They beat Boise State. Definitely not Navy. Definitely not Bethune-Cookman. Yeah, it's 1. It's Boise.
This is funny because Boise 4-5. So Boise, they
lost to Fresno. That's right.
So Boise is not above 500.
I thought they were 5-4.
I will tell you which team it is. Arkansas State. The only team above 500 that Memphis has beaten. Memphis has gotten bowl eligibility 6-0 versus teams that do not have winning records. And now they're playing Charlotte, who does not have a winning record.
They beat
they don't
Arkansas
really
State
play.
37-3.
Yeah, they don't play a lot of teams down the stretch that have winning records, right? SMU they do have, but then they close out with Temple. So Memphis could get 8 wins against under 500 teams. And we'll see. Maybe some of these teams that they've beaten can turn their seasons around, get some wins. But Memphis is just a weird team to have a narrative about right now because their win total is way up from where it was last season. And I have no idea if it means anything.
Yeah, it just means something.
Why is Memphis at Temple on Black Friday at noon?
Because
meant for me to watch it.
Yeah, because you gotta unbutton your pants and watch something. Not in that way. Like it is a good app. Like it is a perfect Friday game.
Don't you dare edit this shit.
Gotta take my pants off for Temple football.
Yeah, gotta relax. You've eaten a big meal. You need to chill.
You just put on stretchy pants. You don't need to take the pants off. Just put on fucking elastic pants. Come on. For God's sakes. God damn.
Homeville Apparel, by the way, has delightful joggers.
They have some amazing joggers. If you eat that leftover turkey sandwich.
Don't believe they have buttons, though.
There's no buttons there.
But they're soft against elastic band. Sensitive areas.
Just...
I'm useless. I'm so fucking useless.
I mean, hey, Temple's colors are cranberry.
There you go. Oh, that's right.
Cranberry jelly. That's right.
There
you
cherry.
Go. That's what they're working.
Yeah,
cherry. Oh, damn it. Yeah. Close enough.
I'm going to skip a little round here. If I skip one that you all are like, we definitely need to talk about, definitely holler at me. I do want to talk about Oklahoma State at UCF as a possible letdown game for Oklahoma State. This feels like the kind of game where they would just absolutely slam their dicks in a door.
That would be so funny.
John Reese Plumlee just like wakes the hell up. He's back home.
Generational quarterback John Reese Plumlee throws for 500.
The bounce house goes crazy. UCF has like a weird space uniform theme or something. Yeah, I can see that happening. I'll give you that.
Miami and Florida State at 2:30 on ABC.
Title game.
This is the traditional ACC title game rivalry. It's supposed to be every year. ACC was built around this thing.
Jordan, I have bad news.
You're telling me they've never been in the title game together? I can't believe that.
No.
This used to be played, I believe, for the War Canoe. Yes. This used to be one of the largest trophies, the Seminole War Canoe.
Yeah.
Is no longer played for that.
Where is the canoe?
I don't know where the canoe is.
This will be really funny to me if Miami wins this. because Miami has no business winning this game. None. They have no business winning this game. Florida State should beat them. It's in Tallahassee. There's none.
It could.
But this would be absolutely hilarious if, like, the Tyler Van Dyke we've all been promised shows up finally in this game. And then Florida State loses it because they wide right part 5.
There's a funnier outcome, and that's that Graham Mertz becomes a transcendental quarterback and beats Florida State in the last week of the season.
That is exactly what I was thinking, Jordan. The funniest outcome is if Florida wins.
This is not the Seminole War Canoe, by the way. That
was Florida and Miami, right?
Florida State or Florida. Yeah, it was Florida Miami, something like that. It was one of the other ones. But this has no trophy, but it's
the Miami should not be able to beat Florida State in Tallahassee.
No.
This seems like, I mean, like, Florida State just drubbed the shit out of Miami, Florida last year. Like, just crushed them in Hard Rock. But, I mean, if it's, like, close at the end and there's some, like, bullshit call that goes Miami's way or something like that, just for the hilariousness on the internet, and I know our committee member, Katie, hates me for saying this because she's a Florida State fan. But, yeah, it would be hilarious if this were to happen. And if we want any type of chaos on the top end of college football, something like this has to happen.
Yeah. Rice at UTSA feels like a very spicy game because UTSA is not playing quite at the level of SMU, and Rice gave SMU hell. So this feels really fun. This is in San Antonio at the Alamo Dome, which is the cavern. I don't know. Like, Rice has had my heart all year long. They have been my team.
Yeah, I mean, we love those Owls.
I know. I love my Owls.
So if Rice wins this game, can they call it the Alamo Dome?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they can.
And Andrew has left the podcast.
No, he's still there. He's just muted.
And invisible.
You should have heard the sigh I let out when you said Alamo Dome.
I can tell the Alamo Dome.
Duke at North Carolina, is that a I know it's a big rivalry game in basketball. Is the football thing too there?
It's a thing in football too.
It kind of is.
It's one of those ones where everybody hates everybody always.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's not as bad as if Riley Leonard is back, which I don't know for sure, but Duke is bowl eligible now. But North Carolina had a week off essentially because they got over the hump against Campbell. And, really, does North Carolina get back on track against like FBS opponents? But it'd be kind of funny if Duke wins this.
Mississippi State at Texas A&M.
Oh no,
Mississippi
That's
State.
So much maroon.
It is.
I'm just reminded of the 2000 Independence Bowl in the snow.
That's the one that always comes back.
Oh my God! Every single time.
I know what my gut tells me in this game. Texas A&M wins this easily, but Texas A&M doesn't do anything easily. They make football look hard with some of the best players I've ever seen.
I mean, yeah, it's almost like Jimbo's offense is unnecessarily complicated and asks a lot of a quarterback, actually.
Hey, you throw Haynes King into a fucking, simple Georgia Tech offense that isn't running anything fancy, and he becomes a transcendental quarterback.
Funny how that works.
Transcendental?
Jimbo and Max Johnson screaming at each other on the sideline. That was a rough look.
What, transcendental again? I think he's transcendental.
Transcendent? Is it what you're looking for?
No, he's out on a pond somewhere, thinking deep thoughts and having his mom do his laundry for him. Yeah,
we did this bit maybe a month.
I know
ago.
it happened again.
It's fun. The only person who remembers what happens on this podcast is Ben, our hard drive. Thanks, Ben.
Thank you, Ben.
Yeah, thanks, Ben.
We love you, Ben.
Our listeners do bring things up. Other listeners also do bring things up that we've said before. I'm like, I don't remember saying that.
I don't remember any other listener besides Ben, and also my dad. Hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
She waved.
App State at Georgia State. We have teams again in very different trajectories here. App State feels like they're on the upswing, and Georgia State feels like they've lost a gear.
Yeah, Georgia State hit bowl eligibility. And then App State needs this for bowl eligibility. This should be Sun Belt, Fun Belt action.
Yeah.
It should be fun.
I like this also because it's like rivalry adjacent, right?
Yeah.
In the same way that like Pitt Marshall is rivalry adjacent.
Yeah, it's kind of like, hey, you hate who we hate, but like, we kind of hate you too, but not as much as we hate the other one.
Mm-hmm.
In our "Oh baby, what are you doing this week" game of the week, UConn goes to JMU.
No, you gotta say,
"Oh baby, what?"
You gotta say it
baby,
in the Cajun
what is
accent.
you doing?
You say it?
Oh no, baby, what is you doing?
What is you doing? What is you doing?
UConn, love yourself.
Hey,
you
Jim,
don't
you
even
can't
have
be
a
paying you that
conference.
much.
You don't have to do this.
Jim, you can't be paying you that much. They're not like super cash laden.
I would say play them in basketball instead, but they just beat Michigan State.
Yeah, don't fucking do that either. Why would you do? Also, they're like either their men's or women's soccer team also was just very good as well. JMU's on a fucking like.
The men's team just beat number 1 UCF.
I did offer the JMU football account that if they wanted us to also write a letter for them to the NCAA in support of them being bowl eligible, I'd be happy to write that for them.
We can get them so many signatories. We'll just post it as an open letter and be like this to sign.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait until James Madison.
I don't know if that would be super helpful.
I can't wait until James Madison plays ULM because James Madison will kill ULM. But it could be James Madison, the father of the Constitution, against the Monroe Doctrine.
Oh.
Yeah. They had a rap battle in Hamilton, didn't they? No, Monroe wasn't in Hamilton.
Monroe is not in Hamilton, no.
Monroe wasn't in Hamilton, okay.
I still haven't seen it.
It's good. It's on Disney Plus.
I tapped out after the first song.
Oh god, I listened to the Hamilton soundtrack so many times in the summer of 2015.
I tapped out. Sorry.
I get that. Beth's not here, so Pitt Girl, I'm going to let you talk through feelings about West Virginia at Oklahoma at 6 p.m. on Fox.
Oh God, Beth, I'm sorry. This feels weird because like Oklahoma's like kind of not that great. I mean, they're good, but like they're not like good.
They look human, yeah.
Yeah, they look mortal, and maybe we'll fight. Beth is convinced that West Virginia is bad, but they keep winning.
I don't think they win.
I don't think they win either, but you never know.
Keep it interesting. Keep it fun. Another one on here.
It's funny if like I don't know. I kind of see West Virginia winning this one on some bullshit.
Oh, no,
I do. I see some West Virginia like winning on some bullshit.
Oklahoma lost Bedlam. Anything can happen.
Yeah,
like,
at this
actually.
point, yes.
This can't be a hard research project because again, Oklahoma State's only won Bedlam 20 times. But I need to see how Oklahoma does in games after they lose Bedlam. I need to look at that stat.
I mean, wasn't Bedlam historically the last game of the season for a while?
Well, I mean, like they had bowl games after, right?
Yeah.
Not the entire
or they just packed the whole state up.
That's it. Shut it down.
Other games at night: Arizona State at UCLA at 8 p.m. on the Pac-12 network. No one will see what happens here. So
it's on the Pac-12 network.
Yeah.
Fire up your NordVPN and set it to Moldova.
They did region lock last week. I was very disappointed.
Damn it! They listened to our podcast. How dare you?
No.
Yeah.
Dare you?
Air Force is flying to Hawaii. 10 p.m. Central on the Team One app / Spectrum Hawaii / whatever link we send out that LSUfootball.net always finds.
Shout out Team One.
Troy at ULM. Commish, you got like any energy on this one?
We're gonna die.
They're gonna hold you guys down and just beat you up.
We're gonna die. It's it. Like Troy is favored by 21.5. And I feel like that's too low, but
like Troy doesn't score a ton of points, so I don't know if they'll hit 21.5, but it doesn't matter what the number is. It could be like 13-3, and it might feel like 21.5.
I'm going to say this. The over-under is 45.5. Troy is favored by 21.5. I think Troy breaks the over-under by themselves.
Ooh, I don't know if they have. I don't know that they have that big of.
They won't need it because ULM's given up one play 80-yard touchdowns to Southern Miss.
Yikes!
I'm not even going to make you put a bet on this one. I'm not going to make you bet on this one because
I have nothing. I kind of have nothing left to bet.
You want blood? Do you want my blood? I'll give you my blood.
Like seriously, like what do I have to do here? If ULM wins this, I have nothing to bet. I don't care. If ULM wins this, I think ULM's done. I honestly think Terry's done. I think ULM's done. Terry's done. We have no idea who the coach is going to be. But the funniest thing for me is Skip Holtz, new ULM head coach.
Then La Tech and ULM finally start playing again in this Skip Holtz.
Hey! ULM's most successful period in their history, of course, it was 1AA FCS at the time.
Yeah.
Was with a La Tech person, Pat Collins. So you give us Skip Holtz. Skip will lead us to 6-6 in the promised land of the 68 whatever Mobile Bowl. What is it called? 68 something.
Oh, whatever the company is. It's 68 Adventures or whatever.
68 Ventures.
There we go. Thank you.
68 Ventures. Skip Holtz gets there. They're going to add another venture. It will be the 69th venture. And it will be very nice for ULM in the Mobile Stadium.
I also want to be clear to our followers. USC at Oregon is probably not going to be sickos.
No.
We got the Grink gone.
The Grink is not.
Yeah, no Grink, no sicko.
Well, there's one way it is. What if the defense gets worse?
Oh, I was thinking, what if the defense gets remarkably better immediately?
I'm
all of a sudden,
they just shut the shit down.
Instant Iowa, just remove Grink.
Oh yeah, like that would be funny.
This is one of those Pac-12 games, though, where USC might win and then Oregon's out of the playoff hunt. It just feels like something.
This does feel like that crab in the bucket shit going on in the Pac-12.
Yeah.
Oh, just wait till Wazoo wins Week 12.
Is it? Yeah, it doesn't feel quite crab buckety enough if it's USC doing it.
Yeah, but consider it.
When Oregon State and Wazoo both win in Week 12, someone give me that parlay. I need that parlay somewhere.
Oh boy.
Well, here's a question for you. We'll get to this next week, but do you know where Oregon goes next week, like after this game?
No, where?
Arizona State.
Oh no.
Guys, our FCS games this week, there's two that I want to talk about that I'm super excited about.
Hell yeah.
We have our unwin-feeded doubleheader.
Yes.
We've got, in the Missouri Valley Conference, we have Western Illinois, the Leathernecks, and Indiana State, our beloved Sycamores. Western Arizona is sitting on a 22-game losing streak.
Did you say Western Arizona?
Oh, Western Illinois. Did I say Arizona?
You said Western Arizona? What the fuck?
Okay, I'll start. Let me start again. This week, we have our... No, fuck it. Just cutting through it. Drive the bus. Drive the bus.
Leave it
Western
in.
Illinois.
Drive the bus. 2 days
Western
to
Illinois
Bowling
has
Green.
Western Arizona University doesn't even exist. Arizona Western College, however, does.
Time to start Western Arizona University. Western Illinois, the Leathernecks have a 22-game losing streak going back to 2021, I believe. And
2020.
Indiana State is 2020. And then Indiana State is on a 10-game losing streak currently. Something's got to give. Then, further south, Wofford, our beloved Terriers. And the Citadel, our beloved Bulldogs? Keydets? Not VMI. What is Citadel?
I think Bulldogs is right.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Make sure.
Oh, no, they're the Terriers.
Yeah, no, Wofford, yes.
Okay, it is the Bulldogs of Citadel. Okay. Both of these teams are also unwin-feeded. Someone's going to win this game.
There's a bunch of 0-9s coming out.
Someone asked if Western Illinois was going to touch the record for the longest losing streak of all time. Y'all, the longest losing streak of all time is 80 games in a row by Prairie View A&M through 89 to 98. That's never getting touched.
No.
We'll tell that story later on.
Yeah, maybe in the off season. I need to research that further because the Prairie View A&M thing that happened.
It is a giant thing.
We're gonna have to talk to Blue because that involved like corruption, money laundering. I mean, like some insanity that happened to contribute to basically that decade-long 80-game losing streak for Prairie View. But nobody's going to touch that. Western Illinois is at 22. They're on the road, and I cannot say the city name. Is it Terre Haute?
Terre
I
Terre Haute?
think Terre Haute's correct.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So, they got to play the Sycamores. The Sycamores have been close, like 2 or 3 times this year. Western Illinois only got close once. They led Lindenwood at halftime, 31-14. Unfortunately, they blew it at the end. They lost 43-40. That was the only game they kind of got close to win. I kind of feel Indiana State's going to get their win here. They're at home, which apparently their stadium is just one giant mega bleacher, or the uni
one side
bleacher
of the stadium, yeah.
on one side of the stadium. It's just a giant bleacher on one side. And then the other one, somebody said it was Wofford at the Citadel. It would be a crime against the United States if the Terriers were to win at the Citadel on Veterans Day.
Citadel's like, if I say Citadel's fake army, like fake military, is that gonna get me in trouble?
Probably.
Just say it. Speak your heart.
They're like,
Do it.
they're like Texas A&M Corps of Cadets level of military. Like, it's not.
Yes, they are.
I'm not going to give you that.
Okay.
I'll give you like another level. Like they are
Virginia Tech.
No.
VT and A&M are basically the same.
I feel like Citadel and VMI are same level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you that because that's the Virginia Military Institute. It's not technically the military, but it is military as hell. The Keydets and the Bulldogs. I feel like it's like, and then you could probably put like A&M, the Cadets there below that. If we're wrong, yell at us, of course, because you will. You love to do that. It's great.
Okay, just so we're clear here, from a very cursory search, the schools we're looking at for their senior military colleges are Norwich University in Northfield, Vermont, A&M, Citadel, North Georgia, VMI, and Virginia Tech. So
two
they're
of these things are not like the others.
Hey, Norwich University, okay, is a great place. Norwich, Vermont's beautiful.
I'm sure it is.
Sure it is. Sure it is.
We also have a father versus son game in the FCS. Who is it?
It is UC Davis versus Idaho State in Holt Arena, Pocatello, Idaho. Father versus son. Dan Hawkins versus Cody Hawkins. This ain't intramurals, brother.
If dad doesn't dislocate son's shoulder in a handshake or something, or in a bad strip sack, just playing, like tossing the ball around before the game, and there's a strip sack and dislocates son's shoulder, then this really isn't a dad-son football game.
This is not.
This has
like
to have
UC
like
Davis.
Thanksgiving game.
UC Davis is 5-4. They've
Yeah.
been flirting with being ranked in FCS. Idaho State tripled their win total from last year. Likely, UC Davis should win this game. It is a blackout in Holt Arena for this game. I love how the Idaho State fans call Cody Hawkins. They have a nickname for Cody Hawkins as Daddy Hawkins. But then guess what? Daddy, the real daddy, comes calling to Holt Arena. So maybe we could call this game Who's Your Daddy?
There is another FCS game I want to talk about.
Talk about it.
Guys, it's weekend of Wagner LIU. A game that brought us so much joy last year.
God,
A game that brought us
The
so much
biggest
joy.
rivalry
Do we have
in the
Next Gen?
city, baby.
What's the next
We do.
preview?
That's why we pulled the next up because I saw that and that's
Next-gen.
what led me into it.
Next-gen.
Our next preview. Central Connecticut is at Merrimack there. Merrimack is 3-2 in the NEC, not in the driver's seat, but comfortably in second. Or actually, no, they're tied for second with a couple others. Stonehill travels to Duquesne, and then 3-3 in the Neck, Wagner versus 3-2 Long Island. These teams are so much better than they were last year, guys.
Like, we're both 0-6 coming into this game.
With Wagner not having won a game in 2 years or something crazy like that.
I know.
And LIU's only win being against Wagner. And now they're like in the middle of the conference.
Yes.
They have done such great things at that place. This one's being played at LIU in Old Westbury, New York. Is that on Long Island?
Shout out CW Post. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's LIU has a Long Island campus and a Brooklyn campus.
Okay, yeah, that's right. So there you go. That's your nection. I'm super excited about that.
Dude, the Dukes are undefeated in the Neck.
Yeah. The Dukes are gonna run this thing. Like, I think they're not locked
make the playoffs.
Well, I think they will, because I think they're gonna like.
I think they need to have they clinched it, or they need one more win to clinch it?
They may need one more, because the last game against Merrimack. It also depends on Merrimack. They've clinched a share of the title, but not the outright title yet. So, folks, that is our chaotic, crazy Week 11 preview. Yes, Arthur.
Real quick, let's put 1 second back on the clock. I just want to let y'all know, because we didn't do this earlier in the show because we were talking to Rodger Sherman. So I'm going to do this very abbreviated and let you know that the CW movie that they're airing this week is Men in Black, the first one. And also the We Are Number One that the ACC network is airing. They're only airing one this week, or this Saturday. And that is the 1981 Clemson one. So just wanted to get that in there right before the buzzer.
Jordan, have you watched Metro Pets yet?
Metro Pets, DFW Metro Pets, I have not.
Apparently, I've YouTubed YOLO Texas. It's like some dating show drama.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Okay, so now I do have to watch it. Okay.
Yeah, it's a bad
I have also
show.
not seen the Right Angle Dachshund.
Have we figured out if YOLO Texas is like a place, or if it's like You Only Live Once Texas?
I don't know, but there's 6 seasons of it.
It's they explore Texas, visit. Apparently it's a San Antonio based production, so they just go around Texas. So maybe I can find
you on there.
Maybe in the off season I'll holler at the YOLO Texas people. Come on the podcast.
Facebook says they're owned by someone called Noisy Trumpet LLC, which is
that sounds like a business you would own.
That sounds like your personal LLC.
Let's go some sicko CBB.
This has been backdoor promotion for Jordan's other job the entire time.
Did you see that Connor Stallions had a
LLC?
Got busted for running an illegal business out of his
he was
house
like
that was
fencing
vacuums, and then had an LLC with who was on the LLC? It was
Blake
quarterback was it?
Blake
Connor O'Shea.
Identity theft.
Connor O'Shea.
But incorporated in Wyoming.
I had to tweet today. I was just like, refurbished vacuums?
Like,
what the
this
fuck?
story is so good.
I'm just waiting for the final shoe to drop in this saga, where we find out that Connor Stallions has been a congressman from New York for this past term.
Connor Stallions is George Santos.
And now he's Speaker of the House.
God damn it.
Folks, that's all we got for this week. We will see you on the other side of the weekend.